Hello, Wastelanders. It's Jewel Smith, and today I am Fiona, the sole survivor, and with me, as always, is my boyfriend Hancock.
I've seen it.
And I don't know why this cow, this Brahmin, is in the bedroom. Hello, Brahmin. It wasn't there when I did my last video, but it's here now. Hello, bedroom Brahmin. I've heard of roof Brahmin, but okay. My last video, I gave you a little tour of Sanctuary here, and I think this time what I might do. Why are you over here, Codsworth? What? Is that a nice wall? I might wait. I might sit down and wait a few hours so I can show you Sanctuary at night. What time is it now? Okay, let's give it 8 hours. And what I'm going to do with this series of videos is just take a tour of all of my settlements. I am currently level 107. I've played through the main quest line. I've done all the DLC. I've, as far as I know, done just about everything to do in the game. So now I just putz around and build settlements and wait for the next, waiting for Nuka World to come out. I still have a little bit to do in Far Harbor. I've kind of finished that quest line, but I haven't finished dealing with the children of Adam.
Getting late. Do my best work after dark anyway.
You and me both. Why are you on the roof? How'd you get up there?
Huh?
But now it's a little bit darker. You can see my street lights. And you can see my tree. Lit up a little bit. I just built a ladder up there and put some lights in the tree. Okay, well you can see my previous video if you want to check out the Sanctuary tour. Yeah, alright, good job. No, we're good. But now we're going to go across the bridge to Red Rocket, which was the second settlement that I unlocked in the game. Probably the second settlement for most people. Actually, you know what, now that I think about it, it was the first settlement that I unlocked because I didn't realize that I had to unlock Sanctuary, that it had a workshop when I first played. Hello? What happened out here? I'll take these. And what have you got? Not much, huh? Oh, and there's a dead guy in the river too. Hi there, dead raider. Anyway, I didn't realize that I could unlock Sanctuary, and I searched around Sanctuary, and that's always there. You know, you'd think they would have that despawn after a while, but no, it doesn't. It's been there now. I've lived in this wasteland for 2.5 years, almost 3 years, and nobody's moved those dang bodies, you would think. Anyway, so when I first started playing the game, I searched around Sanctuary, killed some bloatflies, and then ran to Red Rocket to find dog meat. Hi, and this is my provisioner.
Yes.
I have all of my provisioners, or I'm trying to get all of my provisioners in postal uniforms with ballistic weave to help protect them. But yeah, so I came to Red Rocket, so I guess it was actually the very... Is that another dead raider? I'll leave your squirrel bits. Was actually the first settlement I unlocked, but then I realized, oh heck, I can unlock settlements. I'll go back and I unlocked Sanctuary, and then I built up Sanctuary before I built up Red Rocket. But this is what I have for Red Rocket right now. Currently have 15 people living here. My max is actually 24 right now. My charisma is 10, and then you add 10 more, and that's your total for your population for each settlement. But I have some special gear and some bonuses, so my charisma is actually 14. I mean, 10's like the max in the little stars or whatever, but I have a charisma of 14, so I can have up to 24 people. But it's just not feasible, because you see that hot bar in the top right corner, it's totally yellow, full up. And so there's really nothing else I can build here, and I don't want to unbuild things just so I can add more beds. But this is what I've got. I've got a little row of shanty houses. Hello? Just standing on the bed. I've got a Minuteman guard here watching Concord, just in case any raiders or critters come up from down there. I have a little house here with a medic stand and the chem station for making medicines and things. And then some folks are having a party in here, I guess. And these are kind of hospital beds. I mean, I technically, I guess the guards use them as beds, but they're there for RP role-playing reasons. Nice little view of the town. That's the back side of Red Rocket. I guess I can just jump over here. Boop. And I have a bar in here. And some more beds. Jamaica Plain. We will visit Jamaica Plain later. But I like to promote Jamaica Plain in all of my settlements.
Never changes.
Because Jamaica Plain is the site of a lovely brothel.
How are you?
So everybody should know about it. Little snack machine. The garage here behind our weapons and armor stands. Have a nice little collection of mines and armaments. Little armor rack and other goodies. So Red Rocket's not very big. Not a lot of room. Doesn't really hold much. I mean, I guess I could, get rid of some of these things and have everyone just farm. But I don't know. That just doesn't feel natural to me. Oh yeah, here's the store. This is Kat's Kradle. And that's Kat. She's the shopkeeper here. And she's got a little store where she sells junk from a cradle that's all fallen out of the cradle for some reason. It's supposed to be in there, but I've been having a problem with when I reload my settlements or visit settlements, everything I've put in there is underneath. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Anyway, there's her shop. And there's a clothing store here. Which the clothing store doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know, I guess it does. It brings happiness to everyone to be able to have new clothes. But it just seems kind of weird, like, to have in a wasteland survival situation. I understand having a general store, and I understand having a bar, and, weapons and armor, and a medic station. I get all that, but a clothing store? Okay. But Kat and the, there they are. They live back here. There's Kat.
Oh, if you ain't been up to see Grey Garden,
And the ghoul lady that...
whole place is run by robots.
I know. The ghoul lady that runs the clothing stand. I guess I haven't named her. I come up sometimes with weird little names for people, but not everyone. I have several ghouls here because I have this thing where I feel like they would be nostalgic and remember the old times from before the war.
Yeah.
And so I have several ghouls living here. There's a ghoul that's my scavenger, and oh, Spectacle Island. You guys might remember that from the first video from Sanctuary Hills. Spectacle Island was under attack, and it did not defend itself because I haven't built it up very much yet. I've only got a few people out there. It was one of the last settlements I unlocked. I guess I should have gone and helped them, but that's alright, I'll fix things. I wanted to build on top of Red Rocket initially, but it's kind of an uneven surface, and it just, I mean, it would have made sense to kind of build like a, I mean, I've seen people build kind of like a castle-y sort of thing up here. It would be very defensible. But I don't know. It just, it's, see how uneven it is? And like even that doesn't look realistic. I left it as is, but you know, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't end up building anything up here. I just left it on the, down on the ground. But that's Red Rocket. I don't know why everybody's not in there hanging out in the bar. Usually everyone goes in the bar and hangs out at night. But they're all just standing around. Oh, and see, there's a little caravan. It's funny sometimes when the caravans come through, their Brahmin like to come in here and hang out inside the bar, inside the snack bar. But see, I've got a little spot for them to hang out. A little bed thrown down there. And the Minuteman flag. I think that's all the Red Rocket. I don't have it completely enclosed with a wall, but I kind of do this thing where I use the back of the buildings as part of the wall. I sort of have this circle the wagons philosophy with a lot of my settlements where, so that's the natural hedge, and then I put the houses, I construct the houses so they're all facing inward. And that's the outer wall there for that side. But it's open on this side, you know. But I've got turrets, lots of little missile turrets there to shoot anybody that tries to come in. It doesn't seem to get attacked very often. And I know some people say, well, that's because, you know, you have to have a defense higher than the total of your food and water or whatever. But I'm sorry, that's crap. Because you see I've got a defense of 130, and that's way higher than the combination of my food and water. But it'll still get attacked sometimes. And other places that have a higher defense, like Sanctuary, that has 225 or something like that, it still gets attacked all the time. So I don't think that's actually the way the formula works.
Folks want to make life hard for people just trying to survive. I'm not willing to stand for that kind of shit.
Me neither. Me neither, John. Let's go kick some ass. Alright, well, while we're out here, there was one thing I forgot to show you that's in Sanctuary. And my husband mentioned it. He said, you didn't mention the smoking lounge in the bar. So I'm going to show you the smoking lounge in the bar. And Sanctuary at night. Oh, look at that starry sky. So pretty. So here's Sanctuary with all its streetlights. And we'll run up to the bar, and there's the tree. Oh, isn't that nice? I tried to get lights higher in the branches, but they just wouldn't go. But I think that looks nice anyway. And I don't know why people keep spawning on top of the roofs in Sanctuary. That seems to happen to me constantly, which is why you'll notice a lot of little ladders all over town so the people can climb back down off the roof. See, these guys are hanging out in the bar. They know what's what. Oh, Marcy. I will. I know most people hate her, but I don't mind her. Alright, so this room here became the smoking lounge. because of the dead guy here. Because smoking is bad, kids. But I didn't know how to get rid of these skeletons. And of course, realistically, people would have buried these and moved them. But in the game, you can't. I mean, you sort of can. You can draw. Like I can drop a weapon. Where is it? Inventory. I can drop a weapon. Here, I'll drop my main weapon. Pew pew.
Just throw it wherever.
I will, John. I will. He's so laid back. I love it. But then you can grab it and you can go poke 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 poke. See, and move him around. Poke 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 poke. And I've done that to move some of the skeletons in the game. But I decided to leave this dude here as a reminder. As a reminder, kids, don't smoke.
We've got to do something to stop these raider attacks.
Sure. You'd think they'd figure it out eventually when enough of them died that it wasn't worth attacking my settlements. But I guess they're desperate. I wish there was a way in the game that you could befriend them. Like in Fallout New Vegas, there were different factions. You know, you had your powder gangers, you had your great cons, you had the boomers, you know, you had these different groups, and you could be friends with them depending on what you did in the game. However, Fallout 4 doesn't really seem to work that way. And I kind of wish it did. I wish that I could befriend the gunners and hire them to be guards at my settlements, and I wish that there were ways to clean up the raiders and have them join the settlements, you know. I mean, give them a little addictol and put them to work. But you can't. So, oh well. But that's Red Rocket, folks. I hope you had fun, and next time I will probably be going to Abernathy Farm, because if I remember correctly, that was the next settlement I unlocked after Red Rocket. So, I'll see you next time. Bye!